Hi, it's Neil here from Wedding Help NI, and this is episode 40 of the Wedding Help podcast. Everything you need to know about weddings. And today my guests are Donna and Gina from Wisteria Bridal. Welcome along, ladies.
Thanks, Neil.
How are we doing today?
We're good, actually. You couldn't be wrong here.
I know, we're at the beautiful Larchfield.
Larchfield is stunning.
It's beautiful.
Stunning.
You aren't too far from home today then?
No, not too far, about 25, 30 minutes.
It's not so bad.
And it's nice.
So Wisteria Bridal, Banbridge, isn't that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. How did it all come about? How did it all start?
Well, we had brides that were looking to sell dress or wanting to know where they could sell the dresses, so we decided, we'll start.
Yeah, we have nothing better to do. Let's open a shop.
And Wisteria took off.
And do you see that as a big thing now? The brides are looking to sell the dress and stuff, and
Absolutely.
Yeah,
very much so.
The industry in a whole is an expensive industry.
Yeah.
And one of the top spends that a lot of girls, not every girl, but a lot of girls make is the wedding dress, for a once a wear item, and then it's like, what do I do with it now?
Yeah.
And there were few options out there. There are options out there. You have Facebook Marketplace and Vinted and Still White and all of those, but there was nothing specifically local.
Yeah.
And Gina and I were well placed as bridal seamstresses who had our own brides coming into us and going.
And do you know what? I think that's brilliant, because it sort of gives as well. And we've talked about this whenever we done your episode. It was so handy. You know how your wedding dress works, if that makes sense. And that can be so important, because I'm sure brides can go on the Facebook Marketplace. They can buy a wedding dress, and they
take a chance.
They take a chance.
But not only
so
that, because we have the premises, not only can we just sell them the dress, we give them the bridal boutique experience.
Yeah.
So, you buy a dress off Marketplace, you are contacting a randomer that lives God knows where. You go on the off chance that dress is A, going to fit, B, going to fit, and C, is going to be in your budget. They can come to us and they can choose from almost 300 dresses.
And I suppose even that the fitting part and all as well, you both know how far you can go with it. We've talked about that before. Yeah. So if a bride sees a dress hanging up in Wisteria, you know, well, do you know what? You know your sizes. Exactly. And I think seeing something online, you can say, that's beautiful, but is it actually really going to work? Exactly. So I suppose that's really an important thing as well.
Definitely,
very much so.
Because they have to feel good in their dress.
Yes, and we will be very honest with them. If they put on a dress because they have seen it somewhere and love the idea of this dress and it does nothing for them, we will gently guide. Would that be a nice way of doing it? And just go, look, okay, let's set it there as a possibility, but try this one on.
I think another important another important point there you made was you're still giving that bride the experience of going on to and feeling like a bride, going on the shop, and feeling a bit special, getting pampered, and so that's we really do all of that. Well.
And because we are still running our own two separate businesses, we are limited now to the hours and the days that we can do with Wisteria, but we will work around brides. If they can only do a specific day, then one of us will be available for them. But what we then tend to find is that because we have the shop and because we can both go down at any sort of given time, literally we both live half a mile from it, less than half a mile.
You're there.
Yeah, and we're there. But what we can then do is say to somebody, you have this space now exclusively. Nobody else is going to walk in. Nobody else is going to get our attention. When they book with us, they get the exclusive, and 9 times out of 10, they get both of us.
I think it's a great. It was a great idea, because I think even having seamstresses, it's such a big
that's a big help, because, and I know a lot of seamstresses, and we include ourselves in this. People do that. If somebody says to you, the girl in the shop said it just needs this.
Yeah.
And then they come to us and it's the seamstresses, we end up having to break their heart and going, no, Pet, that's not your dress. across the door. With us, we can go, yes, it can. Because A, we will either have done it, or B, we will be doing it for them. And we're not going to tell them, yes, it can be done, to then have to go back and say to them, well, actually, no, it can't. You know, we will be upfront at the very, very start with them, so that what they get with us is the complete journey.
When did you establish Wisteria?
We started as a pop-up.
Yeah.
In at the end of 2022. Now that started really as a dip your toe into it.
Yeah.
Neither of us have retail experience, and we learned very quickly that trying to get our diaries synced so that we could do it was becoming more and more difficult. And during then the height of the season, it just wasn't going to happen. So it was a case of, right, let's get a premises and let's see how that goes. And it took off. So then last year, we moved to bigger premises.
Yeah, brilliant.
And if Gina lets me, I'll move again.
Just give it time.
Where did you come up with the name? Where did the name?
That's Gina's. That one's Gina's.
I love Wisteria. See, and Wisteria, I love the colour. And it was because it has a romantic thing about it, Wisteria. It means Japanese. It's endearment, love, and all this stuff. So that's how
there we go.
come about.
Yeah.
I love it. I just think it's gorgeous.
How far in advance should brides start the dress shopping journey? What would your advice be there?
Well, if they are shopping with us, they can do that. They can take it right to the wire. Okay, it's rare that a bride walks away from us without a dress. It does happen. We maybe just don't have the size, because that our thing with dresses. We don't. We can't order in dresses. The dresses that the brides buy from us are the ones that are hanging on the reel. Because we don't own them. Wisteria Bridal do not own any of these dresses. The sellers own these dresses. So unless there is absolutely nothing within their size range, or that we cannot make work for them, other than that, but they can come to us right to the wire. I mean, we would sort of say 6 weeks. We can still get them in for alterations and still prep the dress and have it done. Elsewhere, because we are not the normal bridal boutique, it depends on the designer. Some will have a lead time of a year, some will have a lead time of 6 to 9 months, and that sort of thing.
It's such a great, such a great idea.
Well, one of the things it does, Dale, is it keeps the financial end of it. Okay? You have local girls who are spending money buying these beautiful dresses, who then want to sell them. So we have provided a local platform, so that money stays circular within the community. So it does.
And if he's found that I suppose brides, as they're selling their dresses, do you know how far the distance, are they coming to use them?
Some of them, while we're actually pinning them into their dress at the alterations process with us as separate businesses, and they'll say, now after the wedding, how do I list with you? And we know then that bride will be coming in. Now, as we sit at the minute, we are inundated with a waiting list.
That's why Donna wants a bigger premises.
And you're saying to yourself, there's
too much going on. Maybe in another year or two, I'm going to retire.
You're saying that Gina, I'm going to need another 20 staff to do this.
We do. One of the things we do have that, I suppose, because we began as pre-loved bridal NI. Now we discovered very quickly that the word pre-loved was doing us no favours. And we accepted that, and we said that very publicly, because pre-loved, what we actually meant was pre-owned, because a good 60% of our gowns have never been worn, ever.
Right.
The tickets are all still attached, because to a certain extent it was also born from COVID. When all that happened, dresses got stuck in containers, never got here in time for weddings. Weddings didn't happen. By the time they happened a year later, the styles had changed, girls had changed their mind. So there was these brand new dresses and nowhere to sell them.
I suppose there is that thing as well of what dresses that a girl might say, and then she sees an older dress.
Oh yeah.
So there's So there's going to be that thing.
It is. I mean, FOMO is very, very real where wedding dresses are concerned. I mean, you can see out across the wedding help page, my wedding's in 2 weeks and I think I have made a mistake. Is it too short? That has been on a couple of times.
I suppose that's just,
it's the fear of missing out.
I love a woman, so I know that it can be a thing of even buying a dress to go to something.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
The things. So I suppose wedding dresses is no different.
No,
what I mean?
And I mean, with the likes of those girls that are posting in the wedding help page who are saying, I really think I've made a mistake with my dress.
Yeah.
Okay. One of their options is you go to a standard bridal boutique and buy a sample dress off the rack.
Yeah.
And that dress has been tried on again and again and again and again, right? So then you have to make sure that your seamstress still has, because she is likely to have finished your alterations at that stage.
Yeah.
Can still do something with that dress. You come to us inside those 2 weeks. You can buy the dress, we'll do the alterations, and we'll have it wedding day ready.
Aye, it's such an important thing. Like I think, especially with the seamstress part, because there's just no guarantee going on the.
No guarantee.
It is no guarantee. So I think it's a great idea. It's a no-brainer for the seller, but as well because there's probably a lot more chance of the dress being sold.
Yes.
Rather than putting it on Facebook Marketplace or rather than putting it on Vinted or something like that, you have a lot more chance of it being sold.
I mean, some of those online selling places now, I mean, you can now see where the scammers have got into them.
Yeah.
And it's, somebody pays you, you send off the stuff and they say, never received it.
Yeah.
And whether they did or they didn't, the seller has to return the money. So now the seller is without the money and without the item.
Yeah.
They come to us and we also offer installments. So we can do you have the dress and you don't have to come up front straight away with money. And we will get brides who are very consciously making that choice, that they are reusing a lot of, the likes of when they're looking for, say, flowers or table centres, or they're quite happy to buy second hand.
Yeah.
So they are. Then they come to us and realise, there's an awful lot of these dresses still have tickets on. We go, that dress has never been worn. That dress has never had its day. But they very quickly go past that. It doesn't actually matter whether it was worn or not.
Yeah.
Because they're all the same.
I don't think it is that. I don't think it's that important. Like, I'm not too sure.
To some it is. To some it is. Yeah.
Like, really, it's going to be in a complete different setting.
Yes, it is.
If that makes sense. So, and whenever I say a complete different setting, I mean from the person to the venue to
everything,
to the guests.
Not only that, the girls now know, because of the abilities of every seamstress, not just Gina and myself, that we can customise a dress.
Yeah.
So the dress, even with us and in Wisteria, the dress that they choose off our reel is not necessarily the dress that they will walk up the aisle in.
Yeah, because it can change.
It will be customised if they want it to be customised. And nobody then knows, because we blind sell, nobody knows what dress or whose dress they're buying.
I think that's
the seller.
We just have a number on.
Gina and I are the only two know that dress belongs to that
as
person.
Well, because I suppose if you're buying it in Marketplace, you're going to have that.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
You're going to have that thing.
So you're not going to buy locally.
Yeah. And you're maybe going to go and you're going to look and you're going to, that was that venue or I'm that. Yeah. So that's really important too, isn't it? How does body shape affect the choice of the dress style and, tend to flatter most, or what would your advice be there? I suppose, how does body shape affect the choice?
It can. There will be girls who will come in and go, I don't want this, and I don't want this. Okay.
And we'll say, well, why not try
Let's
this?
try the wild card.
Yeah. And
that's the one they'll buy. And it has this and this. But that's standard across the industry.
Yeah.
Girls come into us for alterations, and one of the first questions we'll ask is, as an icebreaker, well, is this what you intended to buy? And 9 times out of 10 they'll go, no, it's nothing like it. Nothing like it. Basically, do you see, as long as a bride is comfortable. Now, I don't mean comfortable as in no boning, can relax down. I mean comfortable in how she looks. That's the right dress.
But we also see when whatever dress they'll try on, maybe 5 or 6, maybe more, depending, they will walk in and they'll look uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then they'll put one on and they'll look amazing.
And
you say, that's your dress.
The dress. The whole body, the way they walk, the way they hold themselves changes when they are in the right not necessarily the dress, but in the right style of dress.
Right. Yeah.
And then they start pinning it down to which dress inside that style is their dress.
What's the difference between off the rack, made to measure, or fully bespoke dresses?
I'll let you answer that.
This is a big question, isn't it?
This is my bumper. Off rack. Wisteria Bridal is completely 100% off rack.
Yeah.
Okay, which means you go in, the dress that is hanging there, that's the dress you buy.
Yeah. Made
to measure. And this is where a lot of girls then find difficulty.
It's awful.
In normal, want a better word, you buy a made to measure dress. A minimum usually of 3 measurements are taken: bust, waist, hips. And a dress is then manufactured to the largest of those sizes, which is then where the seamstresses come in and we make the rest of it fit.
Right.
Okay? A bespoke dress or custom made dress, that is where you will have a seamstress and she will take up till anywhere between 50 and 60 to 70 measurements, and she will make you a dress from the drawing on her page to presenting it on a hanger. There are no alterations required. That is one seamless journey.
Perfection.
And it and really fits. So it does. So that's your 3 different things. The idea that you can go into a bridal shop, because we will get the girls say, oh, I don't need a seamstress because I was measured in the shop. Yes, you were for a size of dress, but that does not necessarily fit properly. And the fit properly makes the difference in a dress that looks good or a dress that didn't quite make it. What should
a bride bring, or who should she bring to her first dress appointment? What's your advice there? I think we talked about this before, and sometimes it can be
overwhelming.
It can be overwhelming.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Sometimes mummies can put a bride off.
Yes, I suppose a lot of it
very often.
Yeah, a lot of it depends how strong a bride is, for the want of a better expression. Yeah, if they come in and go, if we will invite everybody to look down the dresses, we don't tend to encourage people lifting them out because they are not our dresses, and while they're in our car, we are responsible for them. However, if a bride says that one, we're happy enough to lift them out and try them on.
Yeah.
But if somebody else is going down the line and going, oh yes, I think this and I think this and I think it, bottom line, pet, I really don't care what you think. I'm not wearing it. Now, obviously, it can be, you do that very professionally.
Yeah,
you do, yes, but let's just give the bride her moment to pick her style.
I think that's important too, and sometimes you probably can overkill by bringing a lot of people, because there's a lot of opinions there, and sometimes maybe even
a bride's vision then
very easy
gets totally lost. I
think maybe having just a friend with you, or it probably can help, because
a very truthful, without being brutal friend.
Yeah,
a friend that can go, that's a really, really gorgeous dress, but trust me, it's not yours.
Aye. But I think that's important, rather than having 4 or 5 people. I think once you find the dress, maybe then come along and say it, bring everybody along.
Do the unveiling of it.
Yeah,
absolutely, yes.
That's probably really important, isn't it?
Because we will also allow that. We will give girls the opportunity that if they come in and sort of fall in love with a dress, but want mum to see it, or want the big sister to see it, or granny. We invite the grannies. We love the grannies. The grannies are absolutely, and these dresses are maybe cut to here, and the grannies go for it.
We're mothers.
We will then hold a dress for a week.
Right,
we'll take it off the floor for a week, and we ask the bride then to come back within that week. And then 9 times out of 10, it's once the granny gives the go ahead.
Yeah, that's always
the dress is gone.
Nobody is saying it.
Nobody is saying it. Granny rules.
Did you ever get emotionally attached to a particular dress? Or?
I don't want anybody to get them.
You're thinking of getting them yourself.
That size, are you joking, Dale? That size might be better. No, there's 2 dresses, and I'm hoping nobody buys it. And I'm hoping maybe at some stage I'll slim down just to try it on. It's in here, you can take it.
You can walk about the boutique just with it on,
I've never done that, have I?
I'm just not a dress person, so mate, it's There are some styles that are absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning.
And that hardly go up your legs.
Our day of that's long gone, Dale. That's why you don't see us on the Wisteria page doing TikToks and things. We are
wait, I've thought of it. I've thought of you, but Donna won't do them.
I won't do them. Well, my idea is if you have a bride who is watching our page or our Instagram and sees, thinking, I would love that dress, or I would love to see it on somebody, and they see a 60 feather side or 60-year-old waltzing about in this dress, they're going to go, that would suit my granny, but not me.
Like that the selling point. So I suppose a bride now planning, how does she get in touch with you to come along? And so just online or
pop on to our Instagram, our Facebook. They can email us, drop us a message, and we now have our website up and running. That's on its way to Chris to get up and onto the website.
There we go.
So it is. So
it's all Wisteria
Bridal NI. Yeah. WisteriaBridalNI.com.
Thank you so much, Gina and Donna.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Neil. Thank you.
No worries. There we go. That has been episode 40 and of the Wedding Help NI podcast. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.
Bye.